Good morning all, or good evening, or good night, or good afternoon, depending on what time it is when you're watching. Today we're going to grow up. That's the plan. That's what we're going to be doing as we venture forth into the world of art and doing art and talking about art and talking about doing art whilst doing art and talking about it. It's time to grow up. Grow the heck up. Ewan, grow up. As pushed forth by several comments and messages I've received of late, as I've mentioned in previous singular videos. It's been heavily suggested and implied that I ought to grow up. So I have endeavoured to do so, to grow up, to be the adult I am. I'm in my 30s now. It's time to really, cut out all the silliness, all the nonsense, the gratuitous swearing, verging on saying racial slurs and derogatory terms, misogynistic things, just to be seen as vaguely verging on the edge of being funny. It's time to really knuckle down and be a grown-up and stop being so silly. So, art. What's art? Well, aside from a hobby, from a bunch of silly doodles and things and such, it's a pursuit, an academic pursuit, something grown up. So I thought, with that in mind, with the idea of growing up in mind, we'd look to art as more of an academic pursuit rather than something to be taken lightly, something to be thrown around and seen as light and silly and playful, rather than something you just enjoy for the heck of it. We'll see it to be taken seriously, because that's what it is. Hundreds upon hundreds, if not thousands upon thousands of years of human growth and societal evolution and evolution of culture and the expression of such through the arts is an incredibly important thing to humanity. And art as an academic, intellectual pursuit, as opposed to just a hobby, something to do in your off hours, doodling while you're on the phone or sending emails at work and whatnot. So let's do that. We've got we'll call him Mr. Scullington Smythe, the third of his lineage. We'll be drawing him today, looking at an academic approach to drawing the skull, to maybe gaining a further understanding of the planes of the head and how to go about drawing it and them. So today we'll be using some 250 GSM, grams per square metre, cold pressed Bristol board, I believe this is. I lost the cover.
Penis,
for it,
penis,
so
penis, and penis, penis, poo,
details.
and penis,
But I
penis, penis,
believe
penis,
I
penis,
recollect
penis, poo, 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 Poo poo poo. Oh, we like wee and poo poo. We do like wee and poo. A pee and poo and pee pee poo and pee and poo and poo and poo and poo and pee and pee and poo and pee and poo and poo and pee and pee and poo. Boobies, yeah. Penises and dicks. Wheelies and tits. We like poo. We like shits. Hey, fuck you telling me to grow up. You can suck a dick. Suck your father's dick, you shit. I hate you and I hope you die. I don't really hope you die. I mean, I hope you do, because that'd be weird if you didn't. I'm immortal. I'm not going to die somehow. What are you, a fucking Highlander? The only way to kill you is to chop your head off. And even then, is your head going to survive? I don't know. What are the rules with immortality? Who knows? Who bloody fuck knows? Who fucking cares? It doesn't matter. It's all dust. Literally, all we are is dust. We're all made of dust and dirt. It's the entire universe. It's dust and dirt. It's all going to be gone one day. So let's all grow up about it, yeah? Let's be grown-ups. Let's be fucking serious. Ugh. Don't write bum bum in the comment on the caption of your drawing of a bum bum. Write something grown up, something adult. That's what's important. It's important that you live the way I want you to live. You do what I tell you. Stop expressing yourself in the way that's comfortable to you. Oh, were you held back in your childhood from expressing yourself in ways that were comfortable? Did you have to hide huge aspects of yourself, of your life and your personality because of the way you were brought up? And now you're an adult and you can express yourself in ways that you're free to do so, however you please, however you choose. Well, stop it. Grow up. Stop being such a child. You're in your 30s now. Why don't you fucking grow up? Hey, here's an idea. Why don't you go eat a big steaming pile of shit, you fucking wank? Hey! Oh, wow. Believe me, I thought the whole, grown-up podcast thing, I was like, wow, let's do a whole... I know I've done it before as well. Hey, what if I did a whole... I'll talk like the... welcome to today's podcast. The entire thing will be spoken in Dalek. Hey, that would be funny, wouldn't it? Let's do that. I thought, let's do the whole thing as a grown-up. Let's talk about art as academic pursuit. Let's talk about fucking avoiding taxes by buying and selling art. Hey, let's... Fuck it, it doesn't matter. How about you shut your fucking... If you are one of those people who sent me a message telling me to grow up, essentially, if it was directly saying grow up or something of the kind that was essentially telling me to go, maybe if you swore less and focused on less fucking dumb, mean fucking I don't know, shut up. I demand an apology from anyone who did that shit. I fucking demand you apologise for that shit. Fuck you. Tell me to grow up. Go fuck your mother. My mum's dead. Yeah, fuck her anyway. Dig her up. Exhume her. There you go. I'm going to teach you something today. There's a word I'm sure you didn't know, because you've obviously got the fucking brain power of a 2-year-old, you cunt. Tell me to grow up. Piece of shit. Fuck your mother. Exhume. Exhume means to dig up a dead body. That's what you should do. If your mum's dead, fucking dig her up, stick your penis in her rotten corpse or a skeleton with all the scraggly, dried, dead hair hanging off of it, and her clothes all eaten by bugs and covered in dirt and mould all hanging off of her skeletal form, yeah? And put your dick in her. That's what you should do. Tell me to grow up. Fuck yourself. And your mother. And your sister, if you got to fuck your sister. Fucking unconsensually fuck your sister and get arrested for doing so. See if I give a shit. You want to grow up? You know what's grown up? Adult themes like swear words and pornography. Pornography is a grown-up thing. You know, they say, you still watch porn when you grow up. Hey, you've got to be an adult to, produce and watch porn. So how about fuck your stepsister when she's stuck in a fucking washing machine? That's the thing. You put in porn nowadays. I don't know. You know what else is grown up? Fucking off. Why don't you fuck off like a grown up? Hey, look, we're drawing Flesh Bob because he's fun. Exhume. He's on his way to exhume I should have put a shovel in his hand, shouldn't I? Could I do that? Could I change? Could I change it? Could I put a fucking... Yeah, I can. Put his thumb like that, and then a shovel in his hand. I don't know how to draw a shovel, but it doesn't matter because it's art, and art doesn't fucking matter. So if I draw a bum, and I put the caption as bum bum, that's because I'm drawing a bum bum. Do you know what I find funny? Still, to this day, the funniest thing you can ever show me to this day is this. I can't even... I'm so fucking... Poo, the word poo written down. Still the funniest thing to me. Do you know what? I don't give a shit. I work hard. I only spend 30 years of my life, more than 30 years of my entire fuck life drawing, since I could hold things to draw with. Drawing almost daily, every day for 30 fucking years to get to a point where I can afford, just about, but afford to live alone on my own, provide for myself with my artwork, and to then be free from the constraints of the family situation I was in holding me back, where I didn't feel remotely comfortable or free to express myself, to get to a point where I can do that and I can make silly sounds and say poo and write the word bum bum on the internet, only to have some fuck, some cunt, some stuck in their ways fucking silly cunt mouth tell me, oh, grow up. How about fuck yourself? Look, I'm going to draw Flesh Bob on his way to exhume your mother's body, and then he's going to fuck it. And not in a wholesome way, not in a missionary position for the sole purposes of procreation sort of way. He's going to fuck your mother in a very dishearteningly disgusting way. He's going to put it in a back hole. He's going to avoid the vagina completely because, you know, that was probably destroyed in the Great Vagina Purge of 92. Do you remember that? Only 90s kids remember the Great Vagina Purge of 92. Oh shit. Oh no, I made a mistake. But you know what? It doesn't matter because that's what art is. It's literally whatever you want it to be. Oh, it's an artistic pursuit. It's academic. You should take it seriously and not write the word bum bum when you draw a picture of a bum bum. Look, that little mark there was a mistake, but I can go over it because it doesn't matter because it's a drawing of my entirely original creation, Flesh Bob, and he's on his way to dig up your mum, your dead mum. He's going to dig up, and I'm going to post it online, and I'm going to say, I'm going to caption it. This drawing is aimed at everyone telling me to grow up. This is Flesh Bob on his way to dig up your dead mum's body to fuck it in the most demeaning ways. And he's going to take photos and he's going to send them to the rest of your family, to your dad who's trying to get with that fucking 20-year-old receptionist now that his stupid wife's dead. And he's going to send the photos and he's going to send them with a letter with the lyrics to that Willy Bum song from you. Willy Bum Bum, Willy Willy Bum Bum, Willy Bum Bum, Willy Willy Bum Bum, Willy Bum Bum, Willy Willy Bum Bum, Willy Bum 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 Bum. I've got a little willy, I put it in my bum. When I do a little fart, air popped out where my bum hole starts. Grow up indeed. Go take a fuck hike. Go fucking take a hike and make it fuck. You shits. Tell me to grow up. Oh, I've missed it. Do you know what? I've missed Angry Ewan. And I think maybe that's what... Hey, maybe it was a good thing you telling me to grow up, because it brought out the anger in me that I've missed. Haven't seen Angry Ewan for quite a while, because in general I just don't give a shit about things. I just don't care. You know, a lot of things make me, you know, the war, all of that. It makes me sick and it makes me worried. It makes me anxious. It fills me with dread. But I don't have it in me to, like, care and shit. Oh, people are getting displaced. Are they? Yeah? Well, I can't leave the house because I start shaking and sweating. So I have my own shit to deal with. Yeah. But then when someone tells me to grow up, when I'm literally just doing my own shit, I'm just getting on with my own fucking thing, and they come to my pages and they send me messages saying, "Oh, I think you'd be a lot more successful if you grew up a bit, if you stopped using such bad language and talking about such silly things. I think you'd have a lot more success. You'd get a lot more views and blah, 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 blah." And I complain, for lack of a better term, every now and again about like my number of views not going up, but basically going down over time. But you know what? Fuck you. Wouldn't it be nice to be a YouTuber making videos, as my living, to be able to afford to live based on podcasts and things? Yes, wouldn't that be lovely? But ultimately, I made the whole podcast thing because I just felt like doing it. I thought, wouldn't it be cool to just sit and talk about a bunch of shit and draw some pictures and interact with some people? And there are people out there who enjoy it. I've had some I want to say thank you to a handful of people who've left comments recently saying they really enjoy the podcast. They feel it's just like hanging out, which is exactly what I was going. That's the whole point. Is it's just let's just fucking hang out and draw and shit. That's all it is. It's what it's all about. And it's not particularly grown up, and it's silly. I had a whole fucking episode where porn was playing the entire time. Is that grown up because it's porn, or is that childish because it's porn? I don't fucking know. Point is, I'm literally just doing some shit I want to do, and you go out of your way to come to my pages, to send me messages, to comment on my pictures, telling me to grow. And I know there are people out there who deal with a lot worse shit than just being told to grow up. They're usually people with much larger audiences, so I guess that's their cross to bear. Ooh. But ultimately, yay, maybe go fuck yourself. Telling me to grow. No, I won't. I'm in a state of arrested development because my childhood wasn't ruined, from a young age, but it was certainly. I was certainly blocked from certain things by certain events, and I feel that has affected me later in my life. And now I'm in a position where that affects me more. I'm doing things to try to aid that, but ultimately, if I want to say the word bum bum, if I want to talk about cunts and vaginas and willy bum bums, I'm gonna fucking do that, regardless of you telling me to grow up or not. And I mean, if any of you doing that want to really come at me, be careful, because some of you out there telling me shit like that draw pictures as the thing you enjoy doing and that you post online. And maybe I got something to say about the quality of your drawings, And you can say, "Oh, you and grow up. That's just people doing their drawings. You shouldn't say bad things about them." Yeah, well, I'm just doing my thing, and maybe you shouldn't tell me to grow up. Cunt. I'm not bitter or mad. I'm just incredibly angry. All right, let's Tipex this shit out. This is what I feel like I should be doing. If I participate in another one of those drawing contests, the Illustrated World Series, this is the shit I feel like I should be doing. I think I'd get the best results if I spoke while participating, while drawing. Like if I went to the event and I was sat there surrounded by people, I should be doing this the whole time. I should record a podcast live from fucking participating in the Illustrated World Series, and watch me get thrown out for saying the word cunt too loud and too many times. Oh, he said the C word, the baddest bad word of all the bad words. Isn't he a bad person? and then I'd win. And just being like, I don't care. And, you know, I changed it. His hands were just going to be like, "Grr," kind of hands. But then, you know, I brought up the word exhume, and then that idea popped into my head, and I was like, hey, let's draw him with a shovel. Let's draw him on his way to dig up your stupid, rotten, dead mum's vaginaless body. So he can, I've been trying to think of the word the entire time, desecrate, so he can desecrate it with his ugly, stupid, flaccid little penis that he's got. Because he's just a silly little boy made of flesh, and he's on his way to fuck your mother. Because she wasn't getting any when she was alive from your stupid, worthless cock of a dad. Oh, is that mean and childish for me to say? Really, Ewan? You're going to say your mum? Those kinds of jokes, your mum jokes, really? Oh, didn't you say you were in your 30s, Ewan? Yeah, I did. Do you know what? Your mum was in her 30s when she got murdered. And rightly so. I've been watching a lot of murder documentaries lately. British ones specifically, because they're more tolerable. I find the American ones are all like flashy editing and you won't believe what he did to their bodies. And then the British ones are like this. In the early hours of April 3rd, 1998, Melissa Murdy was murdered in the murder moors on Murder Avenue. And this is what her friends and family had to say. She was just a really nice person. She's just so nice. She's the light of the world. She was just light up every room she walked into. I can't believe she's dead. You always think it's going to happen to someone else, and then it happens to you. And you can't believe. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. You always think it's going to happen to someone else, and then it happens to you, and you just can't believe it happened. Yeah, well, the guy who murdered her, he was a piece of work. Yeah, it's just quiet. It's just a quiet guy, you know. I worked with him every day. He's just a quiet guy. He just got on and did his job. But you always know he's a bit of a weird one, me. You know he's a bit weird when you be around him a bit, and you realise he's a bit of a weird guy. But, you know, we went drinking, and he was always laughing and making jokes, being like, hey, yeah, I'll kill that bitch someday. I'm going to be a murderer someday. And I thought, hey, he's just playing around, you know. We'll chat, we'll have a joke every now and again. So I thought I was just joking, and then it turns out he fucking killed those girls, and I was like, wait, how funny, he fucking did it. He actually put his mind to something, and he fucking did something. That's pretty good, that. That's what the British murder documentaries are like, and that's why I like them. So that's in my head, hence talking, because I don't have any of my own ideas. I steal characters from other places, and I steal ideas for talking points. What shall I talk about today? Well, I've been watching fucking murder documentaries, so let's talk about fucking murder documentaries. Oh, let's talk about your mum being murdered by a cold-blooded killer in the dead of night on a cold winter's morning. Hey, do you know what's funny? Let's be really grown up. He's on his way to exhume your mother's stupid corpse, and he's being chased. He's being chased. This is gonna be really funny. He's being chased. Wait, no, it's going to be funny. Hang on, let me. I can't draw legs and feet all of a sudden. It's going to be really funny. Wait, just wait for it. Look, wait. I don't know how to draw things. He's being chased by a pair of tits. Get it? Look, he's being chased. They look like eggs, but that's all tits, aren't they? They're eggs. And that one looks like it's got a mouth, but that's like the weird dimple you get in nipples. He's being chased by a pair of tits. They're also police. They're policemen. They're British policemen. That's what British policeman hats look like. Because he's on his way to desecrate a grave. He's being chased by a pair of tits. And he's running over the word poo on his way to exhume your stupid mum's body so he could do horrible things to it. Because you told me to grow up because you're a cunt.